Hello and welcome to Select 10. We can all agree that 2023 has been an outstanding year for films, and the first half of the year has been filled with remarkable content for audiences. Today, we present our top 10 favorite films of 2023. Though there are many others deserving of recognition, we'd love to hear your favorite 2023 film, so let us know in the comments below as we kick off the video. At number 10, we have Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny. In this action-adventure film directed by James Mangold, the iconic archaeologist Indiana Jones embarks on a thrilling expedition in 1969 alongside his distant granddaughter, Helena. Together, they search for a historic dial that has the potential to alter the course of history, all while facing formidable adversary. Number 9 brings us Transformers: Rise of the Beasts, a sci-fi action film directed by Stephen Cable Jr. Set in the Transformers universe, this movie takes us on a globe, spanning adventure with regular people Noah Diaz and Elena Wallace, who team up with Autobots and Maximals to prevent the emergence of a planet-eating Transformer Unicron. Next, at number 8, we have Dungeons & Dragons: Honor Among Thieves, a fantasy heist comedy directed by Jonathan Goldstein and John Francis Daly. Join a group of burglars and eccentric explorers as they pull off a massive heist to recover a stolen object rumored to have the power to bring the dead back to life. Number 7 takes us to The Covenant, an action thriller directed by Guy Ritchie. Follow John Kinley, a former military captain, as he returns to protect a translator who once saved his life from a dangerous crime group. With undercover missions and unexpected twists, this movie keeps us on the edge of our seats. Coming in at number 6, we have The Flash, a superhero action-adventure film based on the DC character Miles Morales. Witness as Miles travels across the multiverse on an enormous mission, teaming up with other Spider people to face a formidable opponent and save the day. At number 5, we present John Wick Chapter 4, the highly anticipated action-packed film directed by Chad Stahelski. Join John Wick as he seeks revenge on those who killed his beloved pet, only to find himself facing new challenges and enemies. Number 4 brings us SpiderMan: Across the SpiderVerse, an animated superhero film featuring Miles Morales. In this sequel, we journey through the multiverse with Miles, teaming up with Gwen Stacy and other Spider people to take on a powerful adversary. Next, at number 3, we have Mission Impossible: Dead Reckoning P1, an action-packed spy film directed by Christopher McQuarrie. Join Ethan Hunt and his IMP squad on their most challenging mission yet as they strive to protect the world from a terrible AI device. At number 2, we present Guardians of the Galaxy: Vol. 3, a superhero adventure film based on the Marvel comic team. This thrilling movie is the final journey for our beloved gang of outcasts as they face an epic galactic threat. And finally, our number 1 film of 2023 is Oppenheimer, an epic biographical thriller directed by Christopher Nolan. Witness the incredible story of Robert Oppenheimer, the brilliant physicist who played a pivotal role in the construction of the first nuclear weapon, changing the course of history forever. We hope you enjoyed our list of top 10 films of 2023, and if you have any other favorites, let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more exciting movie reviews and recommendations. Thank you for watching.